Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Demedia, your host. In this channel, I will be sharing with you stocks and strategies that will help get me to my next $1 million. To me, investment is finding the next superstar and holding on to it for the long haul. If you like what you hear, then help me beat the evil YouTube algorithm by smashing all the YouTube buttons together, or simply hit like and commenting below. If you are ready to invest, consider using the 2 links in the description box to start an account with Webull and earn free stocks. With Webull, you get 4 free stocks, and you can trade before and after hours. Okay, let's dig in for the next superstar stock.
Hello everyone. Today we're going to go over one of the penny stocks that I really like. If you've been with me since December, then you surely know BNGO, Bionano Genomics. And hopefully that you bought into the stock the same time I did at around $2 to hold on to it until today. In today's video, I'm going to talk about their quarterly earnings, and just very briefly, because the other news is going to bring this penny stock, or no longer a penny stock, up to $20. For those who have missed my first video, again, you can catch up by reviewing the playlist on Bionano Genomics. Bionano is a genome analysis company providing tools and services based on its Sapphire systems to scientists and clinicians conducting genetic research and patient testing, and providing diagnostic testing for those with autism, spectrum disorder, ASD, and other neurodevelopmental disabilities through its Linigan business. Bionano Sapphire System is a research use-only platform for ultra-sensitive and ultra-specific structural variation detections that enables researchers and clinicians to accelerate the search of new diagnostics and therapeutic targets, and to streamline the study of changes in chromosomes, which is known as cytogenetics. During Q3, Bionano Genomics reported sales totaled $2.2 million. Despite a 37.55% in earnings, the company posted a loss of $10.23 million. Bionano Genomics collected $1.18 million in revenue during Q2, but reported earnings showed a $7.43 million loss. Quarterly earnings recap. Bionano Genomics reported Q3 earnings per share at negative 0.08 per share, which did not meet analyst predictions of a negative 0.05 cents per share. When we're talking about these types of companies, disruptive innovations, in my opinion, if we're looking at numbers to measure this, then you're never going to bet on these companies. Because in order to have exponential growth, you have to have a lot of spending in the beginning. But I think here's the piece of news that I think elevate this BNGO to the next level, which is the $20 level. Based on an article, Sapphire Studies is first to analyze cancer regulation at level of single DNA molecules, opens promising new avenue of cancer research. I mean, this is huge. Bionano Genomics announced today that publication of a study that measured DNA methylation, the chemical modification of the DNA that controls gene regulations of the various regions regulating cancer genes on single DNA molecules. The study, led by Dr. Yuval Ebenstein at the Tel Aviv University, found that optical genome mapping, OGM, with Bionano's Sapphire system combined with a custom labeling method developed by the scientists was capable of analyzing regulatory regions that work together to turn cancer genes on and off over distances of hundreds of thousands of base pairs. The ability to measure these relationships on single DNA molecules is something that was previously impossible. Only Sapphire can detect these long-distance connections in methylation profiles, because it's the only technology that can generate such long-range, single-molecule data at high throughput and coverage. While most of the important information in our genome is encoded in the sequence of the structural organization of the sequence, the regulations of the gene is partially registered through the chemical labels attached to the DNA. These chemical labels, called DNA methylations, can turn genes on and off at specific time points and in certain tissues. A normal cell can only become cancerous and grow excessively by making multiple changes to the genome and the way it is regulated. These changes include single nucleotide variations, structural variations, and changes to DNA methylations patterns that can happen to the actual cancer gene, to the promoter region that switches the gene on and off, or to the enhancer regions that can be hundreds of thousands of base repairs removed from the cancer gene. Studying these methylation patterns has been difficult or impossible because the current methods only allow you to measure values averaged over dozens or hundreds of cells. To fully understand how cancer genes are turned on and off, it is important to measure the methylation status of a gene, its promoter and its enhancers on the individual single molecules, which is impossible with short read and long read sequencings because of their read length, are insufficient. The study by Dr. Ebenstein is the first to systematically analyze more than 100,000 promoter enhancer up to 200,000 base pairs apart on millions of single molecules. This large data set enabled them to correctly distinguish between normal and tumor cells with an error rate smaller than 1%. This is great breakthrough, and this is great news for Bionano Genomics, but it's also great news for believers of BNGO and people who have held on to BNGO. I hope that you still have some shares of BNGO. For me, I'm not getting rid of any shares of BNGO because I think they've got a long, long road ahead of them. In any case, I hope that you liked today's update. Please let me know if you are still holding BNGO. Thank you very much. Take care. Good night.